welcome back. We are on part 6 of our case study, going into the details of the roadmap, the business analysis roadmap, the A to Z to get the job done, to get your project live, to be the best business analyst on whatever project you're placed on, okay? So if you're just joining for the first time, welcome. My name is Pippa, and I share knowledge about the business analysis career so that you can ace this career and be happy and fulfilled in your life in general, as well as in your career path. So in my last video, we looked at the BA approach, part 5 of our project, okay? Now, today in part 6, we identified the 6 stages or the 6 steps that the business analyst should take when placed on a project. Now, the first step is the situation investigation and problem analysis, right? And within this stage, what exactly is the business analyst doing here? Okay, we're gathering the information about the current in-house CRM system, our project that we're delivering, okay? We're also looking at the various business processes that rely on this system and the reasons for the planned migration to the cloud-based system. That's our problem analysis. The business analyst will also investigate the cost of maintaining the system, which is the existing system, as well as the potential benefits of moving to the cloud-based system. This is the stages, what we are doing here. Investigation of the situation investigation and problem analysis, okay? Now, can you think of some problems? But actually, before thinking of the problems, real life, before I give it the real life, what are the various techniques that the business analyst is adopting here at situation investigation problem analysis? Think of the various techniques. A lot of my videos have covered the various techniques that business analysts use and the tools and techniques, okay? In order to investigate something, what are you doing? You are asking questions. You are being curious, right? So you really need to be very curious. As business analysts, we have to be curious, especially at this stage of investigating the project, why it started, what are the issues, what is the current process. So these are sort of things you're doing here. But the techniques, some common techniques that business analysts use in this step or this first stage of the BA approach include your interviews, your surveys, your document analysis, which is very important as well, because there will be existing documents of the current CRM system. You would also have workshops with stakeholders to brainstorm ideas for the new system, for instance, to discuss requirements and features, as well as generate a consensus among all the stakeholders. You can also do site visits, okay? Visiting the company's offices, maybe shadowing some of the users of the system. It really will help you as a BA to understand how the system is used in practice, where the pain points and inefficiencies are. So for the purpose of our project, the CRM migration project, what is the type of information that the business analyst has gathered from this situation investigation and problem analysis? With applying these techniques, the interviews, the surveys, the site visits, your workshop document analysis, the business analyst has uncovered what the current in-house CRM system is, what it does, why it's important for the users, okay? So a few of these include that the system was built in-house, which we already covered. It's been in use for several years by the organization. It also has several custom features, as much as it is built in-house, so there will be a lot of custom features that are added over time, right, to meet specific needs of the business. The system is also currently maintained by the internal IT team, and they would spend a significant amount of time fixing the bugs, updating the software, maintaining the infrastructure of the system. And finally, the business analysts uncovered that the system is outdated and it's just difficult to use by some of the end users. Okay, what exactly is the process? This is another thing that business analysts will uncover at this stage. What is the business process? Okay, First, the CRM system is critical to many business processes, many departments, including the customer management, the lead tracking, the sales forecasting, and reporting. This is the sort of thing that the business analyst has uncovered for this project. The system, who are the users as well? The system is used by the sales and marketing teams to manage customer relationships and track customer interactions. It's also used by finance and accounting teams. So you see how the business analyst has uncovered and identified the users, the stakeholders of this system. Finance and accounting team use it to track revenue as well as look at customer payment history. Another important aspect of this project at this stage of situation investigation and problem analysis is that the business analyst has found that this system is integrated with other business systems, many other systems. So this is really critical. We can't just up and move the CRM system or decommission the CRM system and create this on-cloud system. What about the other systems that are linked with this CRM? What's going to happen to them? How are they going to speak to each other, right? So this is very critical. Okay, and for the purpose of our project, this current CRM system is integrated with the company's website, because customers will probably place insurance product orders via the website, or customer will make inquiries via the website. Where is it going to? It's linking to CRM. The CRM is supposed to be identifying who the customer is, where are they emailing from, or where are they checking on various information. Yeah, so this system is integrated with the company's website, is integrated with the email marketing software, is also integrated with accounting software. So these are the things business analyst has uncovered at this stage. The business analyst will also uncover the reason why we are migrating this system, right? Our top reason is that it requires a significant amount of maintenance and renewal. Okay. Another part again is that the renewal is due in the next 9 months at a cost of 150k per month. This is absolutely ridiculous. And for true, there are systems that cost so much, even more than 150k. But for our project, this is why we want to move on cloud, because we have found that it will cost us less money, and moving on cloud is just better. Okay, it has better value. So the business analyst has also identified that a cloud-based platform will offer similar functionality, maybe even better, to the existing CRM system, but at a lower cost. Another reason is that the cloud-based system is more scalable, it's easier to use, it requires less maintenance than the current in-house system. And finally, the company believes that the migration to the cloud-based system will result in significant cost savings over time. The initial spend might be high, but over time, there will be cost savings. This is where benefits analysis is done as well by business analysts. It also will improve efficiency and user satisfaction. By gathering all this information in this situation investigation and problem analysis stage, the business analysts can better understand the company's needs, the company's requirements, as well as any challenges or opportunities for the project. Okay. So remember I said that during this situation investigation and problem analysis, the business analyst is understanding the current process, the users, and the reasons, right? Through the pain point, they're starting to uncover the reasons that we need to migrate the system. So the business process in detail, I won't go too much into it so that this video is not too long, but we have identified the key areas, right, that are impacted by this project, which include the customer management, the lead tracking, which is also an area that is impacted. The people that do the lead tracking, the people who do the sales forecasting, and the people who do the reporting. So these are the things that they use the system for, the CRM system, okay? So for the purpose of our project, I'm just going to focus on the customer management aspect of the system. So these are the things that are done within the system. So the system is used for customer management, lead tracking, sales forecasting, and reporting by various teams across the organization. It includes the sales, marketing. Remember, we identified the teams, the sales, marketing, finance, as well as accounting. So these are the use cases. The customer management. They use the system to track customer contact information, purchase history, other relevant details, some customer details, right? And then these details that are captured into the system are then used by the sales and marketing team to develop their targeted marketing campaigns, as well as to manage the customer relationships. That's what the CRM system is used for, customer relationship management. The key stakeholders here that impact this customer management include your sales team. What are the sales team doing? They're using the CRM system to track the customer contact information, the purchase history, as well as other relevant details. They also, because they have all these details within the system, they can then use it to manage the customer relationships, develop the targeted marketing campaigns and all that. I'm repeating myself. The marketing team will then use the system to develop their targeted marketing campaigns based on the data that is stored in the system. Then the customer service team will then use it to access the customer information as well as the history so that they can provide better customer service. So the system will probably have some details about queries from customer. Maybe they could have had issue with certain areas of their portal from the website, or they could have had issues with response from queries taking too long. So customer service team will have access to this sort of information from that certain customer and then be able to solve those issues and prevent it from happening. These are sort of things that the CRM system will help the organization to manage. So from understanding this, from speaking to all these various people, you can then start to uncover their processes, the as-is processes. There's so many processes to map here by the business analyst, okay? So I identified one, but I haven't drawn it out on Visio or anything. If you're interested in learning how to use Visio, I have a current video here for you to learn how to use Visio. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to list out the steps. Some of the as-is processes that the business analyst could have identified is, what is the sales team doing? They are inputting new leads and updating customer information as needed. But where does it start from? Right? The BA doesn't really need to go into detail at this stage because we're just doing our situation investigation, right, and problem analysis. But you have a general understanding of what the as-is process is, which is a new lead is identified by the sales team. They will add the leads contact information onto the CRM system. There will be a specific area within the system, and such information that they are adding will be like the name, the email address, the phone number, the company name if the customer is from a company. They add this into the CRM, and then there's a sales process that lead goes through. Okay, the sales team will update the status depending on the process, right, into the system. So for example, they could have certain status like cold or warm or hot when contacting, sales processes. Now, when contacting customers, you might not be successful, you might be at a certain stage, right? So depending on that, they will then be updating the customer details to move the customer from cold status to warm status, as they are expressing more interest in the products that the organization is selling or the services, so until that lead then becomes a customer. So a lead is a potential customer, but the sales team need to perform certain processes to make that lead a customer, right? These are all the things that are stored in the CRM system. So when the lead now becomes a customer, the sales team will update the information in CRM in the customer section, right? They probably will have a lead section, and then you will now have a customer section. And what would they add there? They will add details such as the purchase history, the product preference, and other relevant information. So this is one as-is process that the BA has identified for the purpose of this project. So that's just one example. So imagine how much more as this processes the BA will identify through the situation investigation and problem analysis. So that's the end of today's video, part 6. I don't want to take it too long. I hope you are understanding. Please leave comments, ask questions in the comment section. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer. This is what I'm here for. But yeah, look out for part 7, where we look at the next step in the BA approach, which is to consider the perspectives of the stakeholder. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content with your friends, your family, with your enemies. You never know who might help. Till I see you in my next one. Peace.